While we're here at GTC 2025, we got a chance to check in with some of NVIDIA's most important partners, including the iconic Dell Technologies. Like I mentioned last week, I think the stock has come down enough to be enticing. Don't take it from me. Let's dig deeper with the true titan of industry. I'm talking about Michael Dell, the founder, chairman, CEO of Dell Technologies. Mr. Dell, welcome back to Bad Money.
Great to be with you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
You know, Michael, first of all, it is a joy to see you because you are a beacon for more than just tech. I'm calling in for our country and for the world, and I just still am excited as I was the first day I met you in the 80s. You are doing some amazing things, including being the person mentioned in the keynote of Jensen Huang, being, I'd say, the key partner. What does it take to become the key partner of perhaps the most influential figure other than you in technology today?
Well, you know, to be able to deliver the kinds of systems that are being talked about here at GTC, you know, not only is there incredible engineering and a ton of innovation, you know, that's on display, but you need supply chains, right? You need services, you need the operational discipline and execution, and you need to be able to take it to all the enterprise customers. You know, this past year we delivered the Dell AI factory to over 2,200 customers around the world, and all of them sort of recognize that, you know, there's an opportunity to make their businesses more efficient, to help them grow, to innovate faster. We added 100 new solutions. I think we're just getting started. I think we're in the kind of first couple of percentages of the S-curve adoption of AI in the enterprise.
Well, when I think about it, fiscal year 2024, I don't think you had any AI. What do you think you're going to do fiscal year 26 in AI alone?
So, yeah, last year was about 10 billion. This year we've said 15 billion. That was our guidance, you know, at the end of the last quarter.
This is from nothing.
That's right. It's been growing very fast. And look, our overall infrastructure business last year grew 29%. And we're also number one, right, in enterprise servers, AI accelerated servers, in storage. And the complexity of these systems, it's one thing to talk about them on stage, but to actually deliver millions and millions of these and have them be reliable and supported, that's kind of what we do.
The way I've been thinking of it lately, I call it the distant number one, meaning there's a huge distance between you and number two.
So, you know, this year we've guided to a little over $105 billion in revenues, and we are clearly the number one in enterprise infrastructure.
Now,
and AI PCs as well.
Now, given how everything is so much more comprehensive but much more complex, to be even a PC, as we heard today, can be much more complex. I think you have an incredible moat. You have a consistent record of profitable growth with amazing cash flow. And yet I find your stock to be one of the most inexpensive stocks in the entire market. But you do have a large buyback, so you can take advantage of how cheap it is.
Well, you know, last quarter, our earnings per share grew 18% year over year. And, you know, we have consistently shown an ability to grow earnings and cash flow really throughout all sorts of economic cycles. And, you know, astute observers would note that you know, we have a share repurchase program that is sensitive to price.
Well, at one point you had a share repurchase program that ended up buying the company.
That is true. We're not talking about that, Jim.
Okay.
But you know, we have been buying back our stock, and certainly we announced an expansion of that, a $10 billion you know, expansion to the share buyback, and we raised our dividend by 18%. You know, having raised it quite a bit over the last several years.
Well, the speed of the growth of AI, I think, has impeded somewhat your gross margins, and some people on Wall Street are, say, pointy-headed enough to think that's all that matters. I get that. Is there a chance in the back half of the year that your gross margins can expand?
So, you know, if you look at the ISG business, which includes all these servers we're talking about, right? Last quarter, fourth quarter, we had operating margins of 18%. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And you know what we've said about all these AI servers is, yes, they're kind of rate dilutive, but they're dollar accretive. And we think our overall margin rate will be pretty steady from last year to this coming year for the full year, even as we significantly increase the amount of AI servers that we're selling.
All right, now we know that Client Solutions Group, 48 billion used, but no growth yet. But you said it could be delayed. I saw some things today that made me think that maybe it will not be delayed that much longer, that the PCs are so much more compelling that we have to upgrade. The office has to upgrade.
You know, it's sort of undeniable now that the refresh is starting.
Okay, great.
Right? There's a large installed base. We're seeing it definitely start. And now with all the new capabilities that we have with AI PCs, today here at GTC, you heard about the GB10 chip, right, in the little box that Jensen showed.
Right.
That's also going to be in the Dell Pro Max notebook and desktops. And we're going to have the GB300 super chip in our Dell Pro Max, you know, high-end workstations. And so all of that is supportive of growing our commercial PC business, particularly as we get to this October, you know, Windows 10 end of life, and the 1.7 billion PCs that are in the installed base, and a lot of them need to be replaced.
I think that's great. We have a minute left, but I just wanted you to. You're an optimist. I've known you since the Dan Benton days of Cope. Could you please tell me something that's going right in the world so we can feel better, because you've done so much for so many people?
Well, so all you really have to know about all this AI stuff is there's an explosion in data, because everything is, generating data and connected, and there's incredible advances in the algorithms. And so that ultimately drives enormous demand for servers and data storage. Those are the businesses fundamentally that we're in, and all that power is being unlocked, and it's a wave of productivity that I think it will ultimately drive incredible growth in the overall economy.
Well, that just tells
I'm super bullish about the market for technology infrastructure, of which we are a leader.
Because the multiples have shrunk so badly. They're shrunk. This stuff's being given away, Michael. These stocks are being given away at your level. Yeah.
Well, that just means the buyback buys shares back at a greater rate, but we focus on the long term and continue to grow, and I think we'll have another great year.
All right, that says it all. Michael Dell has always been conservative, by the way. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO of Dell Technologies, and then I'm going to be right back.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.